Okay, Arapahoe High School. Another school shooting. Surprise, surprise. This is in Colorado, the state where the NRA just got two Democratic members of the state Senate kicked out, recalled, because they dared to vote for a gun control measure. At least one person, a minor, has been taken to Littleton Adventist Hospital with a gunshot wound, a hospital spokesman told CNN. Authorities believe two people have been injured in a shooting. The shooter has apparently committed suicide. I've been saying, all along, most of these, the school is 10 miles from Littleton, where Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 12 students and a teacher in Columbine at Columbine High School in April of 1999. I've been saying for a long time, these are suicides. What we're seeing with these shootings in the United States, and this was apparently a student in the high school who did this, what we're seeing with these shootings is the same thing that Iraq is seeing with suicide bombings. I mean, Iraq has a 7,000-year-long history. For 7,000 years, Iraq has been, it was the cradle of civilization, of Western civilization. The Epic of Gilgamesh takes place in Iraq. In those 7,000 years, Iraq had never seen a suicide bomber until we invaded. And just ripped that country apart, tore apart its social fabric, tore apart its middle class. And now 30 years of Reaganomics, 32 years of Reaganomics, 33 years of Reaganomics here in the United States. And what do we have? Suicide bombers. Except instead of bombs, in Iraq, it's not that hard to get stuff to make bombs. You get old landmines or whatever, and you take the stuff out, and, hey, explosives are readily available. Rockets, grenades. Here in the United States, explosives aren't so available. But we got a lot of guns. So instead of strapping the explosives taken out of a bunch of hand grenades to a person's chest and walking into a school and blowing himself up, instead, the person goes in with a bunch of, high-powered rifles with 30 or 50 clip or round clips, kills a bunch of people, and then shoots themselves. These are suicide bombings. I don't know why Americans are not putting two and two together. Why there's no discussion in our media about how Iraq and Afghanistan had never before had suicide bombers until we invaded those countries. And now they have suicide bombers. And here in the United States, we really seriously never had suicide bombers before Reaganomics. And now we've got suicide bombers, only our version of it is shooters, school shooters. Or mass shooters, let's say. These are people who ultimately they're trying to commit suicide. And in many cases, they actually just kill themselves. And in other cases, they're doing suicide by cop. But these are suicides. This is like the amped up, gun-based version of what Joe Stack did. He was there's a whole chapter about Joe Stack, or not a chapter, but he opens a chapter in my book, The Crash of 2016, The Plot to Destroy America and What We Can Do to Stop It, about how Joe Stack became America's first suicide bomber. He actually flew a plane into the IRS building and killed one guy who was working at the IRS. Decent family man. And killed himself. Literally a suicide bomber. But I'm telling you, this is what's going on in Colorado right now.